guys, we're back with Falconer, the Great Dane, who, as you can see, is getting huge and is getting food drive. I am actually using the Science Diet puppy food. Falconer! How's the treats? He loves to eat, and Talbot's taught him how to steal the food, so Crystal already knows this, dives his head in every bag and starts pigging out, but then that's not good. I mean, it goes from bag to bag. He gets a few bites of each one. Anyway, but he's really packing on the pounds. He is really gaining weight. We've taken a restraining order out against that old owner of his to keep him away from him.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding. I heard from him. I told him we were blocking him, and he must take me seriously. Falconer! So the dog has got it. I mean, this dog has probably been here 5 or 6 weeks. I mean, it had to get neutered, so it was kind of out of commission for at least 2 weeks. But again, I'm not trying to hurry up and train it. I get people that say to me, "We've already got it healing, sitting down. It already does all that." Even my cousin sent that message. Oh, you know, because she's having all these problems with the dog. So help me God, I told this girl, bring the dog here and I'll train it. Not even for, you know, I didn't say give me any X amount of money, nothing. For free, I would train it. And no, she can't stand to be away from it. So, you know, now it's supposedly already, oh, it heals, it sits, it downs, it comes, it stays, it does all these things, but, you know, yet it has all these behavior problems. He heard the bag crinkling. I wasn't very stealth. See how I have no reaction, though? You know, these dogs, I mean, it can be hard to win their friendship. I mean, they can be guarded, you know, with their friendships. They can act very stoic and stuff. So, Falconer, good boy. I can just tell you right now, putting a pinch collar on and all those things, in my opinion, would be the wrong way to train one like this. He's very sensitive, even though he's very strong. You know, they're like a baby dinosaur. Oh, look at him skating away. Don't worry, it's not your pin. Well, no, that guy had a choke chain on him, remember?
Yeah. Did he?
Yeah, because remember, that's what that tag was on.
All right. Yeah.
Alright, so what we want to do is, you see how high I've got the collar on the neck, partly because the collar barely fits his big neck. You do want it a little bit higher on the neck. The lower you get on the neck, the less advantage. And I mean, this big collar, you know I usually don't have collars on mine, but honestly, I mean, this is just to kind of manipulate the thing around in tight areas when you have to. You have to. Collar's getting tight though. Mommy needs to loosen it. So anyway, but by having it high like this and having it hooked to that collar, I can get better leverage if I want to control the head. I do have my leash pretty loose, but see my hand is bent. Bent maybe a little higher than down here because I do want it in the dog's eye line. So, as well as he's doing right there, I can start adding the word heal. Even though it's been 3 weeks, I promise you the dog will heal because I invested all that time. So, Falconer, start adding my treat right outside that turn. Falconer, well, he is going to be a prancer, this one. Falconer, I want to teach him to be a runner's companion. He would be an imposing sight to any potential serial killer. Hi guys, just went on a little bit of the recall. Alright, let's bring Carson too. Alright, so remember, we want to be able to, and this dog is ready to start adding the nick. I have started adding the nick a little bit, and it is going to take some pressure. And you know, people say don't put pressure on them. Why? Why? Why not? it's a part of life. I mean, if you don't think, animals in the wild undergo pressure, try watching some National Geographic. There's one the other day I couldn't even bear to watch. It was lions killing hippo.
Oh my gosh.
There's one thing I don't need to see. It's that. I wouldn't stand out in the open like
I'm
that.
trying to get away.
All right, this is where I can add my nick. Falconer! Well, I'm gonna tell you what, you better come running. Good boy. Ah! Oh, he played chicken with me. Did you see that? He came right up to me. So what I did was I went pop, pop, pop. I added my nick right there because this dog has got to be controlled in that, when it takes off like that. All right, I'm going to see if I can get him. If he heads for that gate again, I'm just going to do a low nick. I'm going to tap him. No, he's a big beauty, though. Carson says I'm small next to him. All through. Always had Great Danes. I can't remember what my two blue ones' names were. Only I could remember. It was so long ago. Falconer! Good boy. Good boy. See, he's getting into food drive, though. But I did add my nick. I added my nick when he went out of sight right there. Really just to tamper down that behavior. All through. I'm going to do it with my pager this time. Falconer! Good boy. So see, what happened right there? I'm going to tell you what happened right there. He goes, more than just turning the dog. It did drive the dog back in my direction. It drove it back in my direction by virtue of the fact I used the nick out there. When it was going away, it drove it back. It more than just turned it, it drove it back. And that's where you have to be with a dog like this. Because if you don't think anyone that ever owned a Great Dane ever had a problem, I beg to differ. In fact, we'll go on the Great Dane chat forum. There's got to be one. There's one for every other breed. We'll go on the Great Dane chat forum. Oh, this is how we can do our pranks. This is how we do it. I've just got a Great Dane. Falconer! Good boy. Good boy. I'm going to tell you what, that right there showed me he needs to be pushed again because he was sniffing along. He did go into the behavior, but it was delayed. He's doing great, though. Anyway, so we go on the Great Dane chat board pretending to be a new first-time Dane owner. This is what you do. You want to get about 500 responses. I'm a first-time Dane owner. Yeah. And then make up a story with the dog. We'll basically make up the plot to the Ugly Dachshund, that Disney movie where they put this Great Dane. Falconer! Good boy. You can see I'm getting that turn out of him, though. My dream of having the slow-mo will be coming soon. Then I'll be free to meet the Pope. Except for I'm Protestant. Okay? I don't think the Pope likes Protestants. All right, and Carson got a scratch under his little armpit. I've been putting spray on it. I think it's fine now. More of his wrestling around, I'm sure. Carson. And I do think he needs to have a little bit more nick used on him. And the way to do it with Carson would be to be proactive, to do a nick or two when you first get to a new place. So you kind of set the tone. Because remember, the pager training is as much a state of mind as anything. Anyway, Crystal just had to fish a dead fish out of the pond. Fish a dead fish. How does that sound? That's not proper English. I don't have proper English. Apparently people think I'm dumb because I don't capitalize or put the proper pronunciation on my emails and stuff. I'm apparently considered quite the halfwit. That's just how the character talks. She doesn't capitalize. She doesn't punctuate. She just types it all stream of consciousness. One long sentence. God help us all. Look, the ants are not gone. You see? They're not gone. Did you do this one?
That's new.
Well, it's not new. It's right where the other ones were. They're obviously not gone.
I'm saying.
Falconer! Falconer! Good boy. Good boy. So I'm going to tell you what that was. Good. That was pager, pager. And then tap, tap, Nick. And then when he kind of lurched right there, even though he was facing me, he kind of lurched. Falconer. To me, this dog is doing fantastic. If there's one thing I love, it's a collar-conditioned Great Dane. They're not that common. Well, they probably are, but not on YouTube. Carson! Oh, good boy. Yeah, that one I had Max. He was real flashy. I mean, he would go down. He had a very particular way of going down, and then he would look at you, and he was a little bit smaller than this one. He was a nice dog, though. People paid a lot of money to have him trained. Falconer! Oh, you sucker. I'm not going to... Good boy. I wasn't going to hit him with the neck right now, but I'm going to tell you. I'm plotting and planning. Carson! Good boy. Oh, Carson's doing perfect. The problem with him, though, is you need to just be ready. When you get to a new place, he may decide you're not that interesting. In my perfect training world, the Great Dane would take off running and get behind those bushes over there. Anyway, we're definitely getting that copter thing. That'll be the perfect Christmas gift for the kennel for itself. Mm-hmm. Even the copter buzzing over top of Thimble as she plays and stuff would be pretty cool. I'm pretty sure they don't have that on YouTube. We like to have a lot of firsts on YouTube. Falconer! Good boy. Oh, he goes, quit calling me right when I'm trying to pee. Yeah, he's turning into a big, impressive animal, though. Look at the size of him. We need to take him, as soon as we can get him on the training list and get him in the van, we're going to take him to Dr. Cox and get him weighed, because he only weighed 100 pounds when I got him. He's got to be higher than that now. Falconer! Good boy. Good boy. So I'm going to tell you what that was, you guys. That was tap, tap. That was like this. That was tap, and then one more turn tap. Falconer! You know, once I understand that's you communicating, that's why it just baffles me that people, you know, still use that ridiculous low-level still method. I've got news for you people. That method was developed in the 80s, the 1980s, not the 1880s, but it might as well be. In e-collar world time, it might as well be the 1880s. And it's not valid anymore for companion dogs, so just carve that in stone, okay? Bye, you guys.